That could kiss any woman right here, even that fat one.
All right, welcome back to Strong Bear Card Podcast. How you guys doing? I'm driving home from work right now. I decided, somebody asked me, hey, what about CM Punk? What do you book that? You know, that's a very good idea. We know he's going up against Darby Allin, but what's going on after that? That's a great idea for this number 2 of fuck it, let's book it. So here we go, CM Punk. Let's book CM Punk at AEW. Let's see what we can come up with. So first off, him and the Darby Allin thing, that could be prolonged. That could be made into a longer feud. However, I think Darby's got more places to go. I think this is a great highlight match, a great great exhibition, a great pay-per-view match. Just they don't really need storyline. It's just, you know, CM Punk wants to come back and he wants to wrestle one of the newer generation guys. He wants to see if he can still go. It's good enough. I mean, it's CM Punk coming back. It's Darby Allin, who's white hot since debuting in AEW. You know, has a great fan base and developed it very quickly. So he can need a loss, and I'm guessing he's losing. But you never know. CM Punk, I think if he puts a good showing, he can lose and then, you know, still recover from that because of his legend. So the star power. So, but after that, to me, let's fantasy book this as in this is just a one-off. Maybe they meet down the line somewhere, but as a one-off, who does he go after this particular match? And as much as I hate to say it, man, as much as if you listen to the podcast that we have, we've given this guy so much shit for always going in a mini feud with whoever's debuting, and as much as I hate to say it, but it makes so much freaking sense. Cody Rhodes, I know he's doing the Malachi Black thing, but to me, like a perfect feud for CM Punk would be Cody Rhodes, just because of the history and everything from there. A lot of the I guess sort of a little bit of heat from when they were trying to first recruit Punk. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I do remember kind of Cody Rhodes kind of talking shit about CM Punk, trying to be a locker room leader and kind of laughing about it and laughing it off, like, yeah, right, you know. So I think there's a lot of maybe genuine past heat you can kind of bring back. I don't know, like I guess really I don't see him unless he's going after the title, and him and Kenny Omega makes sense, but do you prolong that? What about Hangman? You still got Hangman and Kenny Omega needs to be the next thing. After that, maybe Hangman and CM Punk, but I mean, you know, face feud, I don't know how you do that. But the Cody and CM Punk thing makes sense to me because both those guys could be faces. However, like in this kind of feud where it's a little bit personal, you can totally do a face versus face. You got two guys that can at any time be tweeners and be perfect tweeners. And then Cody Rhodes, we know, loves to overbook the shit out of everything, and a great storyteller in the ring. Might not be the greatest in the ring, I think, but when the time comes and he has to have a great match against a great wrestler, you can always do it. But I think him and CM Punk are great ring psychologists and can come up with a great match, get people involved. I'm sure Cody would want to overbook the shit out of it. I'm sure CM Punk would like to, you know, put some blood in there and that kind of stuff. I think the match would be a great match. Maybe a series of matches. Who knows? I mean, but the storylines, I think, the promos, I think, would be great, where they bring up the past and they bring up, you know, one guy had his last name to rely on, the other guy kind of had a scrap for everything he can get. It's an old story, but it's always a good story. Like I said, you have two guys who are definitely fan favorites, especially in AEW. I mean, Cody hasn't done really anything of significance for the better part of the year, but still gets a massive pop when he comes out because he's looked upon as one of these guys that brought AEW in and capitalized on his leaving WWE, and people really, I think, even me, I rooted for him when he was there and when he left. I always thought he was underutilized in WWE. You know, I always thought the AEW was giving him a great platform. He has a lot of stuff going on outside, which we all know of, but I think this is something they can both like sink their teeth into. Like I said, great, be awesome promo thing. Just intrigue. I think one of them, you know, kind of back and forth weekly, having one of them go kind of heelish, but not fully heelish, just kind of teasing heel turns. maybe they do that. That's the motivator here. It's like a teasing a heel turn, and then you get to the match, they both kind of do, heel tactics, and you go back and forth, but maybe at the end, it's just a way because one of them, they both want to win so damn badly that they fight out of character, but they both been heels before, and they both been great heels. So, I love that. Like, to me, all that is intriguing. It's very old school. It's very like 70s, 80s stuff that you hear the old timers talk about, where maybe it's more of a fight, less of a wrestling match, psychological warfare with promos and that kind of stuff, and storytelling, and almost like a big fight hype kind of deal, like the way HBO would do their series before big boxing matches. Like, I would love to see that weekly on Dynamite or Rampage. If they're not going to appear on one, then the promo should be in the next one, like series of vignettes and stuff. I don't know. That's got money to me written all over the place. I don't know, because I don't know who else who you would put them in there with. I mean, nothing's coming to mind other than Omega. Maybe, Daniel Bryan shows up and they go after the Bucks or something like that. You can do that, and that'll be fun. That'll be some fun matches. But I want a, I don't know, man. Like, I've been really wanting like a blood feud that reminds me of those 70s and 80s kind of blood feuds, Terry Funk, Ric Flair type of shit. Harley Race versus whoever the fuck Harley Race was fighting. You know what I mean? Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair type of deal. Like, just stuff like that, man. Jake the Snake, Macho Man, where like there's no titles on the line, but you got so invested that it became a main event. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want these ex-WWE guys to get involved in. If you're not gonna give them like title shots right away, which I don't think you should. I think, they got to have at least 2 to 3 feuds before they even get into that realm. And, that's the danger of signing so many people, but you understand why Tony Khan is signing so many people. You have to have stars on board, and it's working. You're getting in the millions and the 1.2s. Pretty soon it'll be the 1.5s, and then might hit the 2. I'm sorry about that. As far as like wrestling popularity goes, maybe we're, the ratings aren't up into the 9s and whatever it was back in the Attitude Era, but it's never been better as far as in-ring work for AEW, and they have the open door thing. So, if you don't have something for somebody, it's like back in the day, you send them to a different territory and let them work that for a little while. Sounds freaking great to me. The Forbidden Door thing is awesome. Like, I got a little other stuff that I got to talk about, and I'm going to leave it for future episodes. Like, I know Adam Cole's one that I was thinking about doing, but of course he has to get there first. But I don't know. Actually, I might just go ahead and do an Adam Cole thing. It might not even be an AEW one. It might be a Ring of Honor thing. Daniel Bryan, same thing. That came up. Maybe do a Daniel Bryan fantasy book. There's plenty of possibilities there, so you guys keep them coming. Keep on giving me suggestions. I just wanted to throw this one out there because I thought, to me anyways, that one is very intriguing, and I think what better way to get Cody Rhodes back in there. I know he's got the Malachi Black thing, but I don't know, man. I think maybe you can skip that one. Malachi Black thing, I think, has bigger fish to fry right now than Cody Rhodes, especially if he's just going to be leaving to tape TV shows. I think he comes back and they just skip that and they go straight into like a CM Punk one with Cody Rhodes. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? Am I just talking nonsense? Does it make sense? Who would you guys like to see it with? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and like, notifications, all that great stuff. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging in there. And All Out's coming up, so the next podcast is going to be All Out predictions and other news and stuff that's going on. So it should be released at the same time as this, actually. So thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you next time on Strong Big Podcast. Fuck it, let's book it. See you later.
What a mark.